Good evening, world. This is Ivan Mayer at 7:33 p.m. Hope you guys enjoyed my video I made yesterday. Let's see. I already ordered my food. Here's my cheat. I had donair. Had a nice beef donair at Gabriel's. It was really good. I'll make maybe a quick 30-minute video. I'll enjoy the show with you guys. I'm gonna rest in my bed for like 2 hours. Listen to some music. And at 10:30, I'll take my uh, I'll take my 1 hour walk. Again, obviously. Is all you're eating, Ivan? Yeah, all I had today, because today was my cheat day at work, I had fat food. I had the chicken bacon club sandwich with fries. And just now I finished my beef donair at Gabriel's. It's really good. Now I'm thinking of binging The Walking Dead. What was the last season you saw? The last season I saw was end of season 6, when Rick and them get captured by Negan, and he's like eeny meeny miny mo. And I remember I saw the first episode of season 1. I know who dies in the in that scene, obviously. Glenn and the other guy, I forget his name. The big guy, right? The guy who was in Mighty Duck 3 when he was a young back then. Yeah, he's the guy in Walking Dead. Cole, right? Was that his name? Cole? I forget his name. What was the guy? Remember that guy in Mighty Duck 3? That big guy? Yeah, that's the guy in The Walking Dead, man. He's older now. He's like in his 40s. But back then he was like young, right? In Mighty Duck 3. That's the guy who dies. Him and Glenn die in season. Spoiler alert. What's years later now? You guys already know, right? Those two guys are the people who die in season. In episode 1, you see who dies, obviously. I heard season 7 is very slow. It's boring. And season 8 is when it starts to pick up, obviously. And season 9, I heard, is like the war with Rick. End of season 8 or season 9 is like the big war with Rick and Negan, I heard. That's all I know so far. I saw the first season, the 6 seasons of Walking Dead. I stopped watching. Obviously. Yeah, it had 11 seasons, but I'll binge it. I'll watch season 7 all the way to season 11. And now they're doing a new series with Daryl, I heard. I might check that out, but I mean, I'm gonna start binging that. I might start binging Walking Dead tomorrow. I'll start from season 7 and I'll binge it all the way to season 11. Finish it in a couple months, right? In a month I can finish all of it. If I binge it right, yeah. Obviously. It's bizarre. What's the best show you ever watched? Breaking Bad is up there for me. The Walking Dead is good, but after season 3, it kind of fell off the map. It wasn't. It became worse, obviously. I mean, because Rob Brad is right. Yeah, the first like 3 seasons of Walking Dead is really good, and after that it kind of falls off the map. It's not. I didn't see season 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. But season 4 and 5 were not great. They were okay. They weren't that good, obviously. And season 6 was pretty good, and the ending was crazy with Negan, obviously. And I heard season 7 is really slow and boring. That's what my younger brother told me. But Breaking Bad's up there for me. Um, Vampire Diaries I liked a lot too, but only the first like 4 seasons I liked. After that, it fell off the map too. It became not as good of a show, honestly. Prison Break is amazing. I love Prison Break. Um, yeah, there's other shows out there. Beauty and the Beast. I actually love that show. I have the first 2 seasons of it with Beauty and the Beast, the one that came out in 2011. That show I love. That's one of my favorite shows. I love that show. I don't care when it says it's a terrible show. I love that show, man. It's one of my favorite shows. Obviously, I don't really have a favorite show. It's tough for me to say an absolute favorite show, but I have at least a top 10, right? That are like my favorite. That are my favorite. I can't name you specifically my absolute best one. It's tough to do. Just like it's tough to say what my favorite movie of all time is. I can tell you a favorite trilogy, but I can't tell you my favorite movie. Even though Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie trilogy, individually as a movie, it's not necessarily my favorite movie. Like you can argue, you know what I'm saying? You can argue the Matrix is better than Fellowship of the Ring or Two Towers if you want, right? Yeah, it just depends, honestly. I don't have an absolute favorite movie. It's tough to do that, obviously. But I have like at least a top 30. That's my point. Uh, Obviously, my favorite movie trilogy is Lord of the Rings. Though I love Lord of the Rings. I can never get tired of that. I could watch it over and over again. I love Lord of the Rings, and I love the Star Wars originals too. I also like Transformers. I love Transformers. I think they're good movies. I like The Godfather. I like The Matrix. It, yeah, sincere. Yeah, yeah. Me and my wife are living a life, man. When we're king and queen, yeah, man. We're living the life. See, like Incredibles. What if you make 20 million off the book? If I make 20 million off the book, I'll put more money into my condo. I'll buy an even better jet. I'll buy even a $400 million jet. I'll put 500 million towards my condo, and I'll put 500 million towards the studio lot. I'll pimp it out even more. I make 20 billion. If I make 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I can put 500 million towards the condo and 500 million towards the studio lot. The movie I'll stick at 1.2. That's enough. Obviously, I don't have to front it. The moment you front for money, you're wasting your money. You're being stupid with your money. Um, the $7 million yacht's good enough. I'm not going to go any higher after the yacht. So I'm not going to get like a $200 million. You're wasting money. A $7 million yacht's good enough. And yeah, but chances are I won't make that. Chances are I'm going to make my 5 to 9 billion off the book. Obviously, that's how much money I'm going to make off the book. Obviously, so maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe 9 billion off the book. Sarah? You just all curious and saying, Ivan, how much money did you make, by the way? How much did you make for your royalties for your book, Ivan? I'm like, you want to know? I'm like, okay, see for yourself. And I log into my Scotiabank online banking. I log into my account to my phone, right? Because you have online banking now. I log into my phone and I show how much money I have in my checkings. Yeah. Well, you have savings, Ivan. No, I don't need. If you have billions in your checkings, you don't need savings because your money is never affected. You have so much money. There's no point of having a savings account if you have billions in your bank. See, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I can understand you having a savings account. But if you're a billionaire, you don't need a savings account, obviously. I don't need a savings account, obviously. I show my checkings. This is how much money I have in my bank, and you see the, I don't know, you see the seven, you see the 9 zeros. I made 7.5 billion, 7.8 billion bucks. She's like, holy shit, you made $7.8 billion off your blog. I'm like, yeah. It's like, holy shit, Ivan. We can build that $50 million condo, yeah. Buy that $7 million yacht and buy that $300 million jet, pimp it out, renovate it. We can put $200 worth of studio lot. We can fund the movie for $1.2 billion. The movie, we'll make our money back. We got the keys. Yeah, good investment, obviously. Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, remember that scene, guys, in Walking Dead and end of season 6 with the Negan scene, right? You have that music, and Rick and all of them were all on their knees. They looked terrified of what Negan was going to do to them. Yeah, I think something like that for Airtat. Except crazier than that because Negan's a human being. But you felt for Rick and his group, right? When they were captured by Negan's guy, by Negan's people, yeah. You felt for them. Well, imagine something 3 times for his hands. You're gonna feel for me in the actors because Eric them are demons. You'll see what I mean when you read the capture chapter in the beginning of volume 2. Like, well, think of something like that. That's Tonius and Cassius. Eric that. So I will say I won't spoil the story for you. Yeah, you get that horrific music and Eric That's think of something like what you got for Negan. You have this horrific music and Eric is a devil, man. Like that. You know that picture I showed you? That video I showed you on Twitter? Yeah, I think of something scary. Nah, they're demons. That's why you're gonna feel for me and the actors. I felt for Rick and his group, man, in the end of season 6 when they all got captured. Well, imagine something 3, 4 times that because Eric and them are demons. That's why Zane's the best told most picture. Got a masterpiece. Yeah, that's why I want Eric and them to be demons. I know what I'm doing. The way you tell a better story. Sarah? Oh, we tell a better story. I know what I'm doing. That way you tell a better story. Sarah? Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. That's why we're looking at Massey for Zanus. Obviously. You're gonna feel for me the men. The woman too. We got an amazing movie, man. Yeah, obviously, this will be a masterpiece. A $1.2 billion budget movie, guys. Lord of the Rings was made for like 94 million. Lord of the Rings was made for about 300 million for the $300 million was put towards about $300 million was put towards the trilogy of Lord of the Rings. That includes salaries, visual effects, everything. I am putting 1.2 billion $50 million towards the three movies of Zanus. That's unheard of. That's more than triple the budget. Yeah, of Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit was made for a lot more money. As you can tell, The Hobbit. Why was The Hobbit made for more, Ivan? Because Lord of the Rings was already an established brand by the time I did The Hobbit, right? When New Line did Lord of the Rings, they took a risk on Lord of the Rings. That's why they didn't put that much money towards it. Because they thought it was a risky movie. They didn't think the movie would work. This movie might be a flop. It's fantasy, right? Then once it became a big hit, Lord of the Rings now became an established brand. The games were successful, and Warner Bros. Was no longer scared in putting $645 million towards The Hobbit. They knew they would make their money back, obviously. Even though Peter Wayne did, they knew they would make their billion plus, obviously, off the movie. Some Sarah. As the Hobbit movies were very successful, they all averaged like $1 billion in the box office. Some Sarah. All three movies did $1 billion. They did even. I think they did even more than Lord of the Rings. I think the first one did like 1.1 billion or something like that. Second one did like $1 billion, and third one did like 900 million. They made a shitload of money. Yeah. The third one, I know why it didn't do as good because it was not that great of a movie. The movie didn't really have. It had legs, but people probably said, "Yeah, the third movie's not that good." Yeah, that's why it didn't make as much money. Obviously, the third one was not that great of a movie. It was pretty bad. It was the worst of the three movies, so it's not that good of a movie. It was not. Sarah. That's why I don't want Peter or Mel weighing in, man. What would you do if Peter Wayne did? I have no trust him with the fire. I have to delay the movie and fire him if he doesn't listen to me. He listened to me. I'm saying, look, man, you have to you have to listen to me. I'm the boss over you. You have to take your notes every time you go to home. Or it's mandatory. It's just part of your job. Take your fucking notes with Guillermo Toro. Go over the scene carefully. Take your notes. I'm more than happy to help you out a little bit by giving you ideas for the Axis of Sapiens on something like Prince of Egypt. You can show Peter the Prince of Egypt clip when they leave Egypt. You see them with torches. They're in the mountains. Yeah, something like that. You know what I'm saying, when the Pharaoh's army arrives, they're all scared. I think something like that for the bats when the cat in the caves. The demonic bats, the civilians are all scared. Yes, they have torches. You give Peter ideas. Help them out a little bit. I won't help him out a lot, but I'll help him out a little bit, obviously. Give him some ideas. Some Sarah. You can show him the Passion of Christ clip when Jim Caviezel's in agony for end of Volume 3. You can do that, obviously, to help Peter out. Or Mel. I might choose Mel, to be honest. Yeah. Because I don't want you guys to ruin my movies. I'm sorry. I'm paying a lot of money. I expect you to work hard. You have to listen to me. Take your notes. And we're going to write. We need to write a good script, obviously, which you will. And you need to take your notes every day. And study it. Study it thoroughly. And once Peter takes his notes, you can copy a piece of his notes and give it to your script developers. Because my script developers, I want them helping out Peter and them a little bit during production. A little bit during production. I'm going to give all the unit teams a copy of Peter's notes. Study Peter's notes. That way you have ideas to help him out with the scenes. Everyone's prepped. I know what they're doing. And you can have the stuntmen help Peter, get a Toro, or Mel, and the unit teams with the war. You can do that if you want. They can help choreograph the war. The fighting scenes, the opening sequence, all that stuff. Peter, I want a war better than Helm's Deep, which I will. I'll get a better war than Helm's Deep. I want a better opening scene than what you got for the Return of the King one. King said in the speech, I want an opening scene better than that for the end war, the huge epic war in Volume 3. Yeah. Sorry. What am I doing? Sorry. I think Mel and people do a good job. As long as they work hard and they listen to me and they take their notes. If you take your notes and you write a good script, the director will make a good movie. Obviously, but you need to also have your unit team prep too. As the unit teams are going to be helping out Peter, obviously, or Mel, the directing, especially the big scenes. They're going to be helping him out with that. That's why you need to have them prep too. Your unit teams and your directors have to be prepped if you want to get a good movie. They wing it. Your movie might not be good. It might be not bad, but it might be messy and have a lot of problems. That's why you have to make sure they're all prepped, obviously. But Peter is a talented director. Mel is a talented director. They're prepped. They'll make a good movie, obviously. The question is whose movie will be better. Peter's version, Peter's interpretation, or Mel's, I don't know. Yeah, that remains to be seen. You have to test their creativity, obviously. So, sorry. That's my point. I work tomorrow at 8:30. Fucking tired. Today when I worked, I was so exhausted. I was hit with major fatigue today at work. Like major fatigue, yeah. I was very, very tired. But I work tomorrow and I get Saturday off. I don't work Saturdays. So tomorrow after work I can go home. I'll take another walk at night tomorrow and I can sleep in until like 12 o'clock, have a nice rest. And then, yeah, I work Sunday, obviously. Is there? That's why Peter will have to be prepped. Obviously. That's why you offer them a lot of money. That way they work hard for you, obviously. I know what I'm doing. You have to make sure you pay them a lot of money. That way they work hard for you. Pay them shitty money. They're not going to work as hard. You'll still get a good movie, but they're going to slack off more. I know if I just pay Peters 85 million base, he'll work hard for me, but he won't work as hard because he's not. You're not giving him a piece of the reward. He wants royalties. Obviously, he's greedy. He wants the benefit, obviously. Hence why I give him royalties. A nice 425 million in royalties for the movie. It's a lot of money, and you give him 90 million for the merch. He signed a 600 million Canadian deal, which is a 750 million New Zealand deal. That's a good deal. He'll work hard for you because he knows he's going to make his 400 plus million dollars after taxes. Mel will make his 120 million after taxes. He'll work hard. He's getting paid. Because you're looking at 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears, and it's working for half a decade. You want to get paid a lot of money for that. Work hard, Peter. You know he's sharing you in VJ's success for your movie. You give a toast, part up your condo when he's all happy. Yeah. Sorry? After Zane's, I am done. I am never doing a fast movie ever again. I never want to shoot for 1 year. I never want to do 5 years of work. Fuck that. After Zane's, I am done. I'm never doing that again. I'm going to stick to the simpler movies, modern time movies, whereby it's only 2 years of work. 2-3 months of shooting, you're done. The Great Escape will only take 3 months to shoot. It won't take long. 2.5, 3 months. 3 months, I'll be done shooting the movie. Simple. Only 2 years of work. You shoot for 3 months in New York and Italy. We're done. Everyone gets their check during the. For post production, you're probably looking at maybe 5 months for The Great Escape. It's not that long. Their Unique is probably 2 months of shooting. And we're done. A month and a half, 2 months of shooting, we're done. 2 months is very fast, obviously. Whereas Zayas is like a year of shooting because I'm shooting all 3 volumes back to back. Obviously, like in Lord of the Rings, yeah, you shoot all 3 back to back, obviously. It's a fantasy story, right? Because for that movie, you don't want to do a thing where you shoot one volume, you release the volume, and you have to fly the stars back in for volume 2. No, that's going to take like 9 years to do. It's crazy. Just no, you shoot all 3 volumes back to back. It's one story, shoot it all back to back like you did for Lord of the Rings. Sarah? Why don't you go for the Matrix, Ivan? Because the Matrix is not one story like Zanus. It's a trilogy, but it's the second movie might take place maybe a year or 2 years later, so you can shoot it one movie at a time. Whereas Zanus is one story, and the actors are going to get older. That's why you have to shoot it all back to back. So Sarah, yeah, it's cheaper for me too. You don't want to do a thing where it takes you 3 years to do volume 1 and you go back, it takes another 3 years to do volume 2. The actors are now aging, they're getting older. And it's volume 2 is a continuation. You knows how the stars they look a bit older. Yeah, it's one story. You shoot it all back to back, obviously. So that way you get the consistency. Like you did for Lord of the Rings. Sarah? Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. That's what Zay's best with Total Switcher. I just say I really read my book. I sound weird, I'm tired, guys. I'm nice to make a quick 30 minute for you guys, 30-minute video for you guys. I'm done after this. I'll pull it. You guys enjoy the show, and I'm gonna watch show with you guys, enjoy my beer, and I'm gonna probably rest for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm gonna go take my 1 hour walk. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this videos. I'm sorry, I'll be guys. I'm tired, guys. Bye. Talk to you soon.